Welcome back to our Diffusion Laboratory at the Inner Circle. And we have our beautiful model Monette, and we've set a wonderful stage of going through all the different diffusions. And we're going to end with colored diffusions that Rosco has created, and they're very, very interesting. But before we do that, let's set the stage. We have a 2K airy light that is coming in and hitting Monette's face at a 5.6. We've set our camera at a 4, so I'm overexposing her face one stop. The fill level is at a 3 stops down. Our backlight is 1 stop down, and we have a 3200 Kelvin as our benchmark of our key light. Our fill light is 3500 Kelvin, and our backlight is 2200 Kelvin. We have 3700 Kelvin with our KinoFlow Celeb that's kind of basking this back wall, and these little out of focus bokeh lights are coming in around 2100 Kelvin, which kind of matches the backlight glow on Monette's hair. All right, now we have our data color spider checker here, so you can see all the different colors and how the diffusions change those tones as well as the grayscale. So we're gonna move on to our first diffusion, which is a colored diffusion, which is quarter straw grid cloth. So it already has quarter CTS infused into the full grid cloth. There's a lot of times where you get into scenarios where you have a very, very bright light and a very hot light. And if you take that light and you put color in front of it and diffusion, it milks out the color, and by the time that thing's been sitting up a condor, and a lot of times you like to full spot those lights in to get more intensity, that color eventually bleaches out. Well, with this, it does not. So you're using one diffusion as well as the color source. So if you want to warm your light up, quarter CTS, then you got your answer right here. So I do love warming my sources. So, full grid, you can see that it's diffusing this beautifully. It's blooming the source. You really don't see the light source. You see a little bit of a whiter band in the center, but it's created this warmth all around it. You can see the yellow-red quality that it's put onto her face, and let's see what it did to our f-stop. Remember, we were at a 5.6 with our hot source, and now it's taken it down 2 stops. So we're at a 2.8. So this has brought it down 2 stops with the quarter CTS grid cloth. Let's see what it did to our color. The light was 3200 Kelvin. Now let's see what this did to it. Now it's brought our light down to 2700 Kelvin, which is a beautiful tonality, and it's where I really like to run most of my tungsten sources. Anytime I'm using KinoFlow Celebs and I'm using them as a key source to key source practical light, I'm at 2700 Kelvin. So this is a perfect mix of a color as well as a grid cloth diffusion. Now let's see what it did back at the monitor. All right, we can definitely see it warming up. Let's go to a T2 because we lost. Go to a 2 and 2, 2, 2. You see that on the, keep the wide at a 2. No, go back to a 2. There you go, okay. All right, that's looking really nice. All right, let's start to take our values down. So on our fill, let's drop that down to 30. On our back battens, let's drop that to 15%. take our window and our back wall down 30 points, please. Nice. All right. Now this is giving us that beautiful yellow tone that I love on the skin. And it's really bringing out, it's a beautiful soft quality. The nose shadow is pretty much gone. I'm loving the quality of this. All right, let's go on to the next colored diffusion. Our next colored diffusion is half CTS grid cloth. This is even warmer. It's beautiful. This color is awesome. Okay, so it's going to have the same diffusion quality. We're just dealing with a warmer tone. All right, so the nose shadow will be the same. Everything will be the same, but we're just warming it up. And let's see, obviously, if it's a, let's see if it changed our light value. It's about a stop and 8/10, just like the quarter straw grid cloth. So we're not losing any more light at all, even though we're going to a much warmer color on the grid cloth diffusion. All right, so let's see what it did to the color. All right, let's go back to the monitor. Okay, so let's start to adjust. Let's go to a 2 2/10, please. All right, let's drop the fill down to 40%. Let's go to the battens at 17% and drop the rooms 25 and the back wall 25, please. Now, you can see with this warmer tonality that's happening, she's really starting to pull out from that background just with color contrast. So we're using the color that's embedded in this grid cloth fabric to kind of use the color contrast, make her warmer, the background stays colder, and she really is kind of, this is really neat stuff. I mean, we can go with what we were doing with the keeping it consistent within 100 or 50 Kelvin. Now we're going down with 700 Kelvin is the difference between 3200 with this one, and you can really see the dramatic color contrast that's going on right now. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, now we're going to full straw grid cloth. So this is like putting full CTS as a color embedded into your grid cloth. Wow, that is gonna be cool. Very warm. Whoa. All right, so it's doing the same level of diffusion, the same creaminess on Monette's skin and the nose shadow, but the color temperature, and oh my God, we have really taken our values down. So let's see what it did to our light level. Okay, so we've lost 2 2/10 stop. So this is the most that we've seen any diffusion take it down, 2 2/10. Let's see what it did to the color. (2000 Kelvin). So we've dropped it 1200 Kelvin. This is warmer than our backlight now. So we're really getting in that range of very, very warm. Now, with going this warm, there's going to be some more adjustments that I'm going to do to kind of balance everything so it's not so extreme. Let's go back to the monitor. All right, so let's open to a 1/8. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, tones look great. All right, let's take our batten light down 20 points. Let's take our fill down to only 20, and let's warm that up. So go 20 on our fill, and now let's warm it up to, let's go to 3,200 Kelvin on our fill. Let's take our back window down 35 points, and our back wall down 35, please. Come down another 20 points. There we go. Let me see that. All right. Whoa. She is like a burning ember. Very warm, very golden. Yeah, this is a little extreme, but in regards to what this source does, it's pretty awesome. Because if I was gonna be flying an 18K in a Condor and I wanted to diffuse it, and I wanted that 18K to have the punch of an 18K, but I wanted it full CTS, so a tungsten source, I would put that on it and be able to diffuse it and not worry about any kind of bleaching out of our fabric, bleaching out of the gel, and I could run the light spotted in as well, and I wouldn't lose that wonderful, beautiful color. All right, now let's go to the next one. All right, now we're going to our Moonlight grid cloth. And this is a very, very unique color combo because you can see that it has this very beautiful cyan color. I can't wait to see this. Okay, so now we're dealing with our same kind of diffusion quality, nice, soft, and wrappy, but now we've cooled this source up. And I have to say, this does look very nice. It's really kind of given us a wonderful tinge of coolness, beautiful quality in her eyes. The no shadow has kind of been completely eliminated. Let's see what it did to our light levels. Okay, so we lost a stop and a half. So 1.5 stops with this color and diffusion combo. Let's see what it did to the color. Our hard light was 3,200. Now let's see what it's at. Okay, we went up 150 Kelvin. So 150 Kelvin difference by going with the Moonlight grid cloth. Let's go to the monitor. All right, so let's go, we lost a stop and a half, so let's go to a 2.5, please. Very nice, looking great. Go to a 2.2 on the wide shot, please. Yeah, 2.3, that's good. All right, go back to, yeah, there you go. All right, now let's reduce our fill. Let's go to 50% on our celeb, and let's cool the celeb up even more. Go to 4,000 Kelvin. Let's drop our batten light down 10 points, and the rooms take them down to 25 and the back wall down to 25, please. Yeah, down 25%. This is a very unique color. I absolutely love cyan as a color. I'm not a big purpley blue guy. I'm not a really deep saturated blue. If I'm gonna go into those tones, I like the green blue of cyan to kind of fill in the shadows, and really, it's a great color across the board. And I love that this color combo has now been injected in all these different diffusions, so you don't have to worry about color bleaching, and you can save time and you can save money.